Hey, ever been sentenced for a federal crime? Have you ever sat in front of a judge and had him just completely, really, literally judge the fuck out of you? You probably haven't. I have. Today, on this episode of PRAVITY, we're talking about sentencing. So, I only got sentenced one time. Now, a lot of people go through something that those of us who have been through the legal system understand this, and lawyers and whatnot do too, but the majority of people think that double jeopardy is a real thing. There's even like an Ashley Judd movie about it. But let me tell you, it's not. It's not. You can be charged for the exact same crime, the exact same one, in multiple jurisdictions, and it's not considered double jeopardy. That's the kind of legal nonsense that gets supported by law and order types. And it's a drain on society. It's a drain on morality. It's thoroughly unchristian, if that's your thing. It's thoroughly non-Islamic. And it's definitely against Judaism. I mean, it's just wrong. And worse, it's irrational. It's irrational to say that I am standing in this one spot, and if I commit a crime, it can be a federal offense, a state offense, and a local offense, all as separate jurisdictions, all counting as an individual crime, not the same actual crime. If that's the case, then why don't I get 3 times of my tax returns back? Well, I mean, why don't I get 3 holidays on a federal holiday? Why don't I get a state holiday, a federal holiday, and a local holiday? Why don't I want it? So, I got charged in state court first in March of 2007 after my arrest. And my case went federal in May of 2007. I fled my federal trial and I ended up in prison in July of 2007. I did not get sentenced. I pled guilty in September of 2007 in federal court. I did not get sentenced until, June of 2008? No, June of 2009. June of 2009. I was in parish prison for over 2 years. And during that time, it may have been May 2000. It's hard to remember sometimes. I'm old. And so the thing about sentencing that was really fucked up is that usually you see these sentencing issues where people go and they go to court and they get a nice suit. They get to dress in clothes and look normal. I didn't get none of that. None of it. I had to go in an orange jumpsuit, and with my hair it would have been all messed up, but Miss Sasha cut it for me. And I had to go there at 6 in the morning, the day that I got sentenced. They woke me up, strip searched me, put me in a van, brought me to the federal courthouse, and put me in a waiting tank that was 60 degrees with no socks on. So I ended up having to wrap my feet with toilet paper to keep them warm because I was there for 8 hours. 8 hours. I was the last person sentenced that day. And not so fun fact, if you don't know it, that judges are human beings. They like to believe that they're not, but they really are. And they are affected by all the same psychological things that other human beings, are affected by, like lunch. Statistics show that people who are sentenced at the end of the day or just before lunch get the highest amount of time, because that's when judges, in their human capacity that they don't want to admit exists, are hungry, pissed off, bored, and more likely to make more precipitously harsh decisions in their judging. So much is fucked up with our legal system. So anyway, I sat in that holding tank for 8 hours, but my family was outside in the courtroom, 27 members of my family, to show support for me. And they watched my judge go through 6 or 7 other cases for sentencing. And he was light to all of them. Some of them were 2nd and 3rd time offenders. And he was like, "You're doing so well to admit to this. And I have faith in you." And he gave some of them probation. I was a 1st time offender who was a drug addict who was selling drugs so that I could have drugs. And I never actually got caught selling drugs, ever. I just got caught with the possession of them, and I admitted to selling them. They didn't do a sting on me. They didn't do a controlled buy. None of that shit. And I took responsibility for everything that I did, which, in the judge's defense, that did come into play. So instead of getting a sentence range of 14 to 21 years, I ended up with a sentence range of 4 to 8. And because they allowed me to testify against myself. And I did, because, fuck me. Fuck my drag. So when I got sentenced, bear in mind, I had fled my federal trial initially, been apprehended just south of Chicago, and then 2 years later, I get sentenced. The judge just read me the riot act about that fleeing. He's like, he was not happy about it. And he was an ornery old piece of shit to begin with. And I had this whole speech memorized. Like I had made L2 suffer through like 100 different rereadings of this speech so that I could memorize it. Talking about how I'm going to start this crystal meth abuse stop program when I get out. And I wrote a book, which all these things were true at the time. And how I had helped inmates get their GED, which was true. I helped about 100 people at Parish Prison get their GED. And because I was the GED teacher amongst the inmates for, I don't know, 8 months, 9 months. And the judge heard all this. And when he heard me say that I wrote a book in prison, he stopped and he goes, "What's the title of it?" And I think he was expecting me not to have that information ready. Like I had a whole plot summary of the damn thing ready. And I spat it back out at him and he's, "Oh, okay." And at the end, he tells me, "You know, I expected better from you. You of all people should know you're brilliant, you're bright and well-educated, and you should have known better than to be a drug addict." I mean, dude, fuck you. I'm so sick of people criminalizing addiction. It's not a crime. It's a fucking disease. Stop with the bullshit. Stealing a VCR is a crime. Being a drug addict is not a crime. You know, everybody so doesn't give a shit about these massive companies selling vapes, or McDonald's selling addictive hamburgers, or Little Debbie putting sugar in snacks that has everyone addicted, or God help us, alcohol. No, those things are okay. But be addicted to something else, and that's a crime. It's so stupid. Sorry, I'm spitting on the phone. The braces come off in a month. Anyway, so he maxed me out. He gave me the full 96 months, which is 8 years, which is the top of my range. And he gave me an additional year, but he ran the year concurrent to the 8 years. Actually, no, I'm getting that wrong. He gave me 7 years on my first count, then an additional year for the fleeing my federal trial, which maxed out to 8 years. And I did 7 on that 8 because in the federal system, it's 15% good time. And I got all 15%, despite that 100 series shot, Dr. Miss Piggy, which should have precluded me getting good time, but somehow miraculously didn't, because it was a bogus shot. And also, fuck you, Dr. Miss Piggy, you stupid ass. Hey, you want to know her name? Ask me in the comments. I will tell you her full name. Might even be able to find a picture of her. She really does look like Miss Piggy. Anyway, he maxed me out and told me that I was a danger to society and I deserved, you know, based on the law. We have to respect the law, and the law deserves for you to go to prison. I mean, what kind of shit is that? Well, I hope you enjoyed the story. Please do all the little TikTok-y things for me if you can. I'm trying to build my channel, and I just started TikTok in September, and I recently passed 1.5 million views. Doing the best I can. If you like it and you want more of it, help me out. Love you. Bye.